Lumberjack fans? It is us, Alex and Jacqueline, again back for another edition of Pardon Me, Alex, live.
Live and in person, kind of.
Kind of. So what we really wanted to do was kind of go over a bunch of the SFA related stuff that we didn't really have time to do last time when we were talking to Kyle from Wax Hoops Digest. Again, we loved having him on, and I can't wait to have him on again. And I know Jacqueline can't wait either, but we had such a long conversation about whack stuff that we didn't even really even get into the SFA stuff that we wanted to discuss with him or just in general. So we decided just to have a separate podcast with that. So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, we have plenty left over. And like Alex said, thanks again to Kyle and Daryl for trying.
Daryl, yeah.
We did a little pop in at the beginning, but it was just really awesome to connect with Kyle and with Daryl again. And so hopefully we get to do that a lot more coming up. So
absolutely. I'm just excited because, first of all, this is our second live, and the first one went really good. And I'm hoping this one will be just as good, if not better. We already have some people. Alex, are you in a jail cell? No.
It does look kind of crazy with
with the white brick. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay. All right. All right. No, I'm not in jail. I'm actually in my sunroom.
Here we are again.
Took 2 seconds and already Scotty, let's see you. Come here.
2 minutes in, and this little guy wants the spotlight.
Every time, never fails. No, and so no, I'm not in a jail cell. Let me give you some context here. This was the first comment on our podcast. No, it's just my sunroom outside. It's white brick. So no, I'm not in jail. Thank you very much, though. But no, what we first want to start off is how we start off with every podcast is basically talking about life updates and what we're doing and what we've been doing since we last talked. But last time we didn't do that because Kyle wasn't prepared for that. So we didn't do that. I don't think Kyle would be prepared for any of our life updates, to be fair. So first life update. It's not really a life update, but I just want to share what I'm drinking since we do this every time we have a podcast. But now you actually can see what we're drinking and not just give me the description. So tonight I am drinking Cherry Baby hard cherry seltzer made in Texas by Texans from Martin House Brewing. Very good. Very, very good. Love it. From Fort Worth. 2 thumbs up. Jacqueline, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking an Austin East Ciders again. Today I am drinking Blood Orange. You can see that. Ooh. Austin East Ciders. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Ciders, so
we love Austin East Ciders, but I don't know.
And then I got my
Fredonia koozie.
I got my fancy water because every day I make water with lemon, cucumber, and mint. You can see it in there in my SFA thing.
This water she makes y'all this is what she drinks every single day, and it is actually it's really, really good. But I mean, when we say this is her bougie fancy water, this is her bougie fancy water. So anyway, Jacqueline, give us some more life updates before we get into the basketball stuff.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take one quick moment first to give a crazy cat lady chronicle because I'm gonna start I'm literally about to start the next 2 weeks a little marketing campaign on my Facebook and all socials. So get ready, everyone. Because I actually have 2 cats I'm trying to find homes for, but we're gonna start marketing one of them first. So there's gonna be 2 phases. But I have a mother cat who's been having kittens over and over and over and over and over consistently for the past year that I finally caught in a live trap. And I took her to the vet last week and got her spayed. And now I'm letting her have free roam of the house, and she's actually kind of warming up. She still doesn't love to be touched, but once I start petting her, she will start purring. And she's not dumb. She has figured out that my bed is the softest spot to lay. So I keep catching her laying on my bed. And then the other is a really cute little tabby kitten that my cats think is their baby and their new toy. So I need to find it a home soon. So there's that. And then really just work has been kind of crazy. This past weekend, I did go to NAC only for a one-night trip, which is very quick. But my cousin Andrea was in from Belfast. So my cousin Andrea lives in Northern Ireland, and she usually comes for 2 weeks every July, but she didn't get to come last summer because of COVID, obviously. So this is the first time I've seen her in 2 years. No, Raul, no. The next person who says that these cats have already found a home, I'm going to punch you in the face, because the last 2 cats that I rescued, I kept them. So I went from 1 to 3 cats. We cannot go from 3 to 5.
No, because that would elevate your crazy cat lady status to like full blown like old woman in a shoe type thing. Like, no.
Like, it's too many. Okay, I digress. Back to the other point. So it's been the first time in 2 years I've seen my cousin in person. So that was really good. And she brought her 2 sons, of course, Finn and Shay, who are 13 and 10. And they're both so fun and quirky. But oh my gosh, Shay is just like the sweetest little child in the whole world. I mean, this kid is 10. And whenever I got there and he came out of his room, because he was in his room playing his Nintendo Switch or whatever the kids do nowadays, he comes and gives me a big hug, and he's like, "Oh, I missed you." And I'm like, "Oh, I missed you too." And so I was asking him, what, because I live in Ireland, so I'm like, what's been your favorite thing this trip that you've done? Because each year it's like they kind of experience new stuff. And he's like, I'm expecting him to say the water park or something that they don't really get to do over there. And he's like, just seeing my family. And then he's like, but how have you been? What have you been up to? Like, he's 10.
He's 10. And that's what he enjoys, seeing family. Yeah. I mean, shout out to that 10-year-old for having great morals and values.
And asking me how my life's going. How are you, though? What have you been doing? And I'm like,
boy, he's not ready for that conversation yet. So please.
No.
No.
Like, Shay, I have been fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
I love that. I love that. Well, that was fun. I'm glad you got to see them, because I know obviously you hadn't seen them since you went to Belfast for basketball. So that's cool. I'm glad you got to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else going on crazy? That was it. That's your most recent life
updates.
Okay, cool.
From overseas and cats out the wazoo.
Oh, for God's sakes. I know when I came up to your apartment the last time, I walked in and it was just like, it was literally cat central. And I was like, oh God, I don't know.
There are too many, because Alex knows this, but I'm super OCD neat freak, and like elevated even more since I have cats inside. Like, I don't want to be that person where you come in my apartment and you're like, smells like cats.
Yeah.
Litter box. And so I clean the litter box once a day. I have 2 litter boxes that I clean daily. Now we've had to upgrade to 3, and I clean them twice a day. Cause like, as soon as there's anything in there, I got to clean it out, because I don't want the place like smelling like litter box.
And I'll be honest with you. It did not smell like cats. When I walked in, I was like, I can't see the cats. I can't smell the cats. But then as soon as I walked further into the apartment, there they all are, just looking at me like, who is this? And then of course, Scotty came up and all up in my business. But all right, cool. Well, on my end of updates, the most recent update is this past weekend. I actually went up to Choctaw, the casino in Oklahoma, for a bachelorette party. Shout out to Kate and Matt if you're listening. Last time they were listening. I don't know if they're listening this time, but anyway.
Oh, they were? That's exciting.
Yeah, they were listening for like 2 seconds last time. I don't know. Last time I got a message saying like, "Oh my God, Alex, we're watching you and you're cracking me up and ridiculous." Oh my God. Cat Fans is already commenting on our stuff and I'm dying. Jesus Christ. Okay.
When will you reveal yourself, Cat Fans?
Well, again, he's not commenting on my stream. He's commenting, or on our stream, he's commenting on on Twitter. So like, I'm not seeing them until I open Twitter. Anyway, so I went up to Choctaw for a bachelorette party, and we had a great time. There's 8 of us. All of us are in the wedding, and we had a really fun time. We went up and went to Gillies that night. Honestly, I want to say a few things about Gillies, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to be completely barred from going to Choctaw, but let's just say they're a bunch of Anyway, okay. And then, but the bartenders at the Reserve, they're great. So I don't remember their names, because honestly, I don't remember much from this weekend, but great job to them. And on Saturday, I went to the pool. We had a cabana room, or cabana, not a cabana room. We had a cabana at the pool pretty much like all day. I got burnt to shit And I mean, you can't really tell, but like my head was red. But I put some stuff on it so it doesn't look like too ridiculous. But like my shoulders are red. Good stuff. I spent way too much money. I actually won $150 at the casino, which I never freaking win. So yeah. On penny slots too, which was crazy. I put in $5, won $100. I was like, hey-o.
That's awesome.
I know, and I never win. I always lose 100%. Like I always win $20 and it's gone in like 2 seconds. So I was really excited about that part. And then Saturday night we went out to an amazing steak dinner at the steakhouse in Choctaw. And when I say that I wanted to absolutely marry this steak and like call it my husband, it was the most delicious steak I've ever had in my life. I paid $76 for this steak. Like that was the steak, $76. And then I had to buy a side. I didn't have to buy a side, but I bought a side of Gouda mac and cheese. Delicious.
Gouda. Like two of the best ever.
Holy crap. So good. And then, my bill was $101 for just 2 things. Worth it. This steak it melted in my mouth like butter, like absolute butter silk. It was so good. I mean, because obviously I get my steak like medium or medium rare usually, depending on the steak. And it was, anyway, it was very fancy, probably one of the fanciest restaurants I've ever been in. Alex, 1832. Hell yeah, Brian Dawson, 1832. Spent way too much money in that place, but it was totally worth it. It was great. It was delicious. So if you're ever in Choctaw, go to 1832, make a reservation because that place fills up quick. And what did it say? Sounds like the kind of place that would ask you to leave if you asked for a steak well done. No, I honestly, when someone at the table, I don't know if anybody at the table ordered well done, but I think someone at the table behind me did, and I like internally groaned. It's like, how could you? Yeah, that place is so good. So good. It is amazing. Oh my God, Jose Pinones.
Jose, we miss you too.
Our Chicago boy. Hey, man.
I'm shook that you're tuned in for this.
I am shook as well. I am surprised he's not out and about, like bopping around Chicago or up in his what is his rooftop patio.
Well, he last week had to start going back into the office 2 days a week, so he might be tired from actually having been out and about.
I'm shocked. But anyway, so yeah, I had a really fun weekend there, and actually my fun adventures aren't over. On Sunday late afternoon, I'm actually flying out to Vegas for a 5-day, 4-night, I'm going to die, extravaganza for my friend Ira, our friend Ira's birthday. And my liver's going to be hurting come August 1. Let's just say that. My bank account is already hurting. My liver hurts. So, yeah. You
got to get ready for the beginning of August, because isn't that when we're going to Austin?
Austin. Yes.
Alumni.
Exactly. So that leads me on to, I'll be in Vegas for a birthday thing, all that. We'll come back. I'll come back on the 29th. And then literally August 2nd, Jacqueline and I are going to Austin for the night, or I believe for the night. I think it's for the night for the Austin social, the alumni eat the Austin social party at Punch Bowl and Domain. So, I mean, God bless America. Yeah, Corey, you need that steak. When I say it was a prime ribeye, okay, and it was delicious. Kate, the bride, she had a prime rib, Queen's cut. And when I say this thing was cut this thick.
So it's just like a thick cut one? I don't understand what that means.
I guess the Queen's cut is super thick. I would love, there was actually a King's cut. I want to know what the King's cut looks like. Probably like this thick.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Anyway, holy moly, so good. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Lots of drinks, lots of fun. Anywho, but yeah, so then we're going to the Austin summer social at the Punch Bowl in the Domain. Austin area people, if you're listening or will be listening soon, definitely make sure that you guys are registering for that event. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Chop them up. Let's go. Oh, I got Jill on. Hey, Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Jill. So yeah, we're going to that in Austin. So make sure if you're in Austin or live in Austin area or Hill Country or Central Texas, anywhere nearby, if you haven't already registered, it's only $10 to register, and you get a lot of really cool, fun things to go along with that registration. And we would love to see you. Jacqueline and I will both be there.
Yeah, and next Wednesday we're having one in Tyler here at the Grove Wednesday night, and Alex, of course, will be living it up in Vegas trying to survive, but I'll be here, so
I will be dead.
Tyler, if you live near Tyler, come on. If you live in Longview or Nat, come.
Right. Yeah, I'll be dead by Wednesday, guaranteed, because Monday we're doing an all-day pool cabana again, so I'll be burnt to a crisp. Probably. Tuesday is Ira's birthday. Yeah. So like we'll be doing whatever he wants to do. So who knows? And then by Wednesday, I will probably be like in the bed in the hotel room, like, dear God, rest in, like, someone please come resuscitate me. Because
I seriously do not forget, buy some Pedialyte, and I would take a few sips before going out and before bed.
No, like we had liquid IV at Choctaw, and that was a lifesaver. Like I chugged liquid IV 2 nights in a row.
You'll know me. I always say the only thing that I learned Alex already knows what I'm about to say. The only good thing I learned from dating a frat guy was to drink Pedialyte before and after a night out, and not to date.
Exactly. I hung out with a fraternity all through college, and I know this for a fact. Facts. So yeah, I have all of it. Dennis, yeah, did you mention whether or not you'll be representing that media day in the Woodlands? No, like I won't be there because that's the week I'll be going to Vegas. If I wasn't going to Vegas, I would be going to the Woodlands for sure. For sure.
I don't think I will be going, but you know.
But if you can go, go, because obviously you're in the Woodlands. I'm from the Woodlands. If I wasn't going to Vegas, I'd be going because I have family there and that's where I'm from. So yeah, I know. And Vegas is not another bachelorette party, Jill. Vegas is for my friend Ira's like dirty 30 1 year COVID, because COVID, we were supposed to go last year and then COVID, and then, so this is this. But yeah, it's Vegas. Come on. I know. Dang kids today need performance enhancing liquids. In my day, we just had grit and don't start, Brian.
Because I think we left the kid stage behind when we had to start popping Prilo before night out.
I've used so much Prilo this weekend. Like I literally at the cabana at 11 in the morning passed out 8 Prilos to people. I was like, anybody else want a Prilosec? Anybody else want a Prilosec? And it saved everyone. So there you go. I know. Y'all should bring the gang to Denver for an alumni event, aka I miss one. Oh, we miss you too, Bobby. Yes. Okay. So
Denver, it would be so fun. But like we've said, damn, we're gonna need second jobs to pay for all of these trips.
I know. So Bobby, I'm glad that you say this, Bobby, because technically I am the Central Texas and other states alumni regional chairman representative for the association. So if you ever want to have events in Colorado, aka Denver, aka alumni events, whatever, get with me. We can start planning some, because we want to start having more events outside of just doing stuff in Texas. So if you live outside of Texas, I know this is totally off topic from athletics, but we're getting there. And so yeah, just let me know, Bobby. We'll chit chat. So yeah, moving on to actual basketball stuff. Probably what you're actually here for. You don't care about our lives. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that's what you're here for, is the life updates. Who knows?
If it's a slow day, maybe.
It's a slow day. Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about the Purple Lights Fun Tours and those 2 events that we attended. Well, you went to the first one by yourself, so you can go ahead and tell us about the Longview event since you were there without me.
I know it was very sad, but I had to power through and make what I could. So if y'all remember last year, these events were just virtual, like we are now.
Right.
But 2 years ago, the first year that we did it for this area, so this year they added a Tyler one. 2 years ago, there was only the Longview one, and I went to that one. I think also solo, because you and I went together to the Houston one.
Right. Yeah.
We had it at the same venue as 2 years ago, the Oil Horse Brewing Company, which is a really cool little venue downtown in Longview. And I'm not a huge beer drinker. Many of y'all probably know, but they do have like at least one cider option and one seltzer option. They're really good. And it's a really cool little venue. So went over there. And of course, our friend and fellow alumni board member Sam Curry was there. So I didn't know just a whole lot of people, but Sam was there. Of course, Scott Allen was there.
Bunch of people.
Yeah, Tyler was there, Tyler Boone. Trying to think. So I got to meet for the first time Tony Minata, who Alex has known him for some time because he frequents the brewery often.
Shout out to Tony.
And he follows our PMA and he follows both of us on Twitter. So I've like interacted with him. I've known him, but not known him. So I saw him, so I had to go introduce myself. So that was neat.
Tony, he's the soccer coach, if anybody wasn't aware.
So I haven't met Luigi, his like famous bulldog that he always posts and Alex always posts on the Brewery Pups page. But we did talk about him. I got to chat with Nicole Dixon, the softball coach, with, of course, our favorite, Coach Cardenas, the baseball coach.
Coach C, yeah.
Got to talk to Carthel, got to talk to Keller some. Keller brought one of the 3 new assistants, the first one that he hired, who's Tony Jasic. And really, really nice guy. He's married and has 2 daughters. He and his wife have 2 daughters who are 13 and 15, I think he said. He's originally like from the Midwest-ish, but they were in Florida. They moved here. So I was asking him, how he liked it and like where they had found a house. And so immediately, as soon as he starts, y'all know I'm a Ben, so I know where everything is. As soon as he even starts like trying to explain where it is, I'm like, wait a minute. I think that you live on the same street as my parents.
Stop, really?
Sure enough, he's like on the same street as my parents. So so he offered to give us a little tour of the new performance facility, and
we're taking him up on this offer.
Like, we'll take you up on that because my dad's gonna be dying to see it. And so I was like, feel free to go knock on their door anytime you need anything. So so that'll be funny, but great location for him because my parents' street is literally like 2 minutes from the Coliseum. So
perfect spot for basketball if you're going to be a basketball coach and living in
that.
Perfect.
And when they first moved into that house, Casper lived right across the street from them. So, it's like the neighborhood to live in if you're an SFA coach because it's right there.
Okay, cool.
So that was cool. And then I realized the next day that one of our followers, Texas Reardon, was there because I saw him tweet about it. And then literally I was like, oh my gosh, I did see him, but I've never met him in person and he wasn't wearing purple. And so I didn't realize he was there for the SFA event. So I didn't even think anything about it. And like his profile not super close up and clear. So I didn't really realize. So sorry, Texas Reardon. I did see you. I didn't know it was you. You got to wear purple next time. But.
Well, and here's the thing. Everyone said this to anybody is that if you see us out and about, I don't care. I mean, if we're an event, Walmart, I don't know, just say hi. And you know what? We may not know exactly who you are because a lot of you don't have your actual pictures on your darn Twitter profiles.
Or your handle is something different, and so we don't know what your name is. So.
Yeah, so please just say, hey, I'm so-and-so from, because that happened to us at the KD tournament last year with the girls. There's a guy who's, I don't know his actual name, but his Twitter is Jack, random letters, blah, 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 1, 2, 3. I don't even know. Anyway, he messages like, "Hey, we're across the court," and he like waved at us, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? I don't know your name. And you may have told us what your name is. Here's the thing: if you haven't figured this out already, I've slept and drank since like this stuff happened. So you're gonna have to remind, especially me. Faces, I got. Names,
yeah, not so much.
and I'm a teacher. I say this to my students. I'm like, if you see me out and about, face, I recognize you. Name, I don't got it. So just tell me like, hey, this is my name. Cool. And then we went to the Tyler one. I was at Times Square Grand Slam. Great little location. They had us all the way in the back where they have the private events, all the way towards the back of the facility. And it was a great little time. And plus, I kind of felt like it was almost like a little reunion with some of the like loyal fans there, because it was like us and Alan and his wife. And of course, Sam got there later. And then Matt Postins was there, or Postins. I say it wrong every time. Postins was there with his friend Chuck. Chuck. Yes. Okay. And yeah, of course, and the same thing. We got to hang out with Tony Minata, the soccer coach. Got to hang out with Colby Carthel, our boy Colby, football coach. Got to see Keller, of course, and he always gives us a hard time, Keller. And I've about had it. I'm up to here because he keeps making us feel bad that we can't afford to go to all these damn basketball games. And I said, you know what? Then you can pay for us, coach, because we ain't got the funds. What the shit?
Like, save us a seat on the bus or the plane or whatever. Like,
if you really need us to go, coach,
we can put on some media things,
media name tags. Yeah, we gotcha. And yeah, we hung out with Coach Cardenas and Tyler and Coach Dixon, yeah. Just all the coaches that were there had a great little time there at the Tyler event. And then yes,
Peyton was there.
Peyton, oh my God, Peyton, the governor of East Texas. Peyton was there, and then to meet
Gary Miller was there. Gary Miller was SV men's basketball coach in like the 80s. And then funny side story, he had one of his friends who was his college roommate, Brad Bays, I believe his name is, came with him. Well, then on Friday, we had a work event that Edwin sponsored that was a Strutters event, which Strutters is like the Tyler equivalent of like the Nacogdoches JCs. Mm-hmm. And Brad Bays came to that. And so I was like, you get to see me twice in 1 week. And so I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember your names. Remind me your name. And so we chatted for a second, and then he asked about our podcast. And so I was telling him and one of the other men about it. And I was like, yeah, y'all should look it up,
Yeah. Reardon said, sorry, I drove in for work and forgot my SFA shirt. Texas, you need to have a SFA shirt in your car at all times. Like me and Jacqueline have SFA crap in our car constantly. You never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah.
That's just, he was there, but didn't get to meet you. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's all right. So Kaylee, okay. So the tours, those PLF tours, they happened last week, and they were going, to East Texas. They were going to Houston and Dallas areas. And it was basically just brought all the coaches really for like the fall sports, and the freaking Scotty. I cannot. He's so distracting. I love him though. And they brought all the coaches for the sports and basically said like, here's the updates, here's what's going on. And also kind of like a incentive for you to, sign up to be a Purple Lights Fund member and donate to athletics and things like that. Okay. So I know, yeah, Dennis said at minimum a hat. Always have an SFA shirt. At minimum a hat. Maybe my alumni association board member name tag. And yeah, probably Sam probably should have some name tags at the events. You're right. But yeah, so that last time, or the last event we went to, the Tyler event, we did meet one of the newest assistants, and this hasn't been like posted yet. I don't know if we should say his name. I don't know.
We don't have to say his name, but
we don't say his name because it hasn't been officially reported yet / news cycle break. But we did meet one of the new assistants that is going to be on the court this year. Really nice, cool guy. he actually was very, very interested in the podcast, and hell, we may even have him on at some point because he was like super into it. And so as soon as they post who it is, then you'll know exactly who we met. So there you go. I don't want to like steal the thunder from SF Athletics and post and say something.
Give some cool details though. So he actually played on one of the same overseas teams that Thomas Walkup played on, but not at the same time. Pretty cool. And then I won't say which university, but he came from a university in Georgia, which is actually where my little cousin plays soccer. So that was kind of cool.
Very spot on. Very spot on. Hey, Zach, everything is good. We are getting to everybody's comments and questions as soon as we can. There's a couple on here specifically about basketball that we're getting to slowly. But yeah, so anyway, main thing about the PLF tours was, again, to get everybody kind of on board with getting Purple Lights Fund memberships. So again, if you ever have any questions about Purple Lights Fund or want to join, I'll post the link in the comments down here, and that way you guys can go check it out. And if you have not joined the Purple Lights Fund, make sure that you go do that. It's a great way to support SF Athletics. It's a great way to, be involved. I love this. Look at Jacqueline's cat. Meow. I swear.
Yeah, he is like doing his little paws like this on my lap right now.
Oh, for God's sakes. I love it. All right. So let's get in and talk a little bit about Texas 4 men's basketball preview. So we're going to obviously talk more about SFA basketball. We're not going to preview the entire basketball, because first of all, usually we do it right before the season starts. We wait till the whole schedule is out. But we will talk a little bit about like the new coaches and, some of the games that we already know that are coming up, especially the non-conference games, and kind of talk a little bit about that. But we also wanted to mention a few things that we found out about the other 3 teams coming from the Southland Conference into the WAC. Some fun. I say fun. I mean transfers that may or may not be what's the word I'm looking for? Be a thorn in our sides? I don't know, maybe. And so, yeah. Anyway, let me go back up here. There was a question a while ago right here. We're still looking for one more player for the guys roster. That is actually a really good question. As far as I know, our roster is set. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if Jacqueline's heard anything. Pretty much everyone that's on the roster currently is, I think, who we're going to go with. For this season, there's been a bunch of transfers, and we only really have lost a couple people considering that extra year everybody was given. So,
yeah. I don't foresee any additions this late, but
yeah, it's pretty late for it. But who knows? I mean, there's still transfer portal happening.
Yeah. With the transfer portal, we could always pick up a late one. I don't know.
I mean, the transfer portal is wild right now. So we, again, have no idea if we're going to even get any late additions. It's possible. I'm not going to totally count it out. But considering who we have on the roster right now, I think we're doing pretty good. We had some really good transfers. And, of course, we have 4 of 5 returning starters on our roster still. So, and plus some amazing off the bench players. So I think we're doing pretty good at the moment. But that was a really good question. And then we had another one. Bobby said, yeah, SFA versus Liberty. That just dropped today, actually.
Yeah.
Very excited. I know, I'm sure Jacqueline is as well, but very excited about this potential matchup versus Liberty. I think didn't have a chance to look really far into Liberty because, again, this literally just dropped few hours ago. But I think the fact that they'll be playing in Dallas is a great thing for us.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I literally have not even had time to look at any of the info about it because today was a crazy busy Monday. I just saw the tweet and that's all.
Yeah. For the basketball, Jesus, I cannot. So for the Basketball Hall of Fame, there's going to be like multiple Basketball Hall of Fame kind of related games, but yeah, I think this would be a really cool opportunity for SFA alums and SFA faithful to really show out, especially if it's in Dallas. It's in Dallas. I mean, that's like when we played Texas Tech in the first round of the NCAA tournament in Dallas at American Airlines. Like how can you not pack that place? You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's like anyone from like Lufkin up to like Oklahoma should be attending this game, and width-wise of Dallas proximity.
Yeah, I mean, and even if you are Houston, again, first of all, it's December 11th.
5 hours, right, from Houston.
Yeah. It's only 4 hours. It's only 4 hours. December 11th is a Saturday. I mean,
easy.
Popcorn and Dr. Pepper and a good podcast. Life is good. No, we love you too. Look at you, Dennis, renewing now. Yay. Yay, Dennis. Yay. Always support my Jax. I love it. I love it. The Rev's here, but where's the governor? The governor, I don't know. The governor of Texas, of East Texas, is not, I don't know if he's a live guy. I don't know.
Maybe he's like out and about, lobbying and campaigning for something. Who knows?
Do not give any more fire. He already has a big enough head. Already thinks he is the governor of East Texas. Calm down. We do not need to give any more fire. So anyway, so Keller, man, literally has an entire whole new staff. Like, I mean, everyone is gone. Everyone. I mean, much to our dismay, we hated seeing, Coach Cox leave, Coach Wade Mason leave. Why am I blanking his name? Mitch. Yeah, Mitch leave. Oh man, that's rough. Seeing literally all these guys that we've known for 4+ years head out, but as always, we'll always support them and always cheer for them, and hopefully they have great careers at their new schools. And who knows, maybe we'll play them somewhere down the road, or find ourselves in Georgia or going to West Texas to go visit Coach Cox. But we do still have a Cox on our team. Austin, I know when I said that, it sounded weird. But do I apologize? But yeah, Austin, he is our new director of basketball operations, Austin Cox, which is Coach Cox's son. And we're very, very excited for him. I saw him. I met him officially the other day. Shocker.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him at the brewery. Shocker. What do you know? I know. But the reason why I've been meeting a lot of people, athletics people, are seeing them at the brewery is because we have a lot of really cool, interesting things coming up between the brewery actually and SFA Athletics. I'm not going to officially announce anything yet, but just know that that's happening. It's happening. And yeah, I know it sounded weird. I apologize. As soon as I said we have another Cox on the team, it just sounded weird. I am so sorry.
I mean, when you have a last name like that, I'm sure they get used to it.
Hope so. All right. Anyway, so he's on our coaching staff, and we're excited to have him. And then, like Jacqueline said, we met one of the other new coaches, and then of course she met Tony. And then there's one more coach. His name is I've lost track of my notes again.
Delonte Hill, I think.
Delonte Hill, yes, Delonte. And Delonte, he actually came from I believe Southern Miss. Yeah, he was at Southern Miss most recently, but he also coached at Maryland, Austin P, Charlotte, Kansas State. Yeah, so he's been around. He's been around the block a time or two. And that kind of, again, the fact that he has that connection to Austin P kind of just tells me that, again, Ryan Ivey's kind of just helping with his influence because he was at Austin P as well. So we're very excited to have him join the squad as well. He's also a really good recruiter and coach. Played coach, most importantly, won at very high levels, have gone deep into March into the NCAA tournament. So we're excited about that. And then, of course, with Tony was previously at, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I'm not going to remember, so I'm pull up his information.
It's in Florida. I just can't remember the name of the school.
Jacksonville University.
There you go.
Yeah. So he was most recently, yes, at Jacksonville University, and their mascot are the Dolphins. How perfect. Miami Dolphins, they're from Florida. It just makes sense. So he was also named the 2016 NABC District 3 Coach of the Year, as well as the College Insider ASUN Coach of the Year. And so great coach. He has some good accolades to back him up as well. And so he's the one that's going to be your new neighbor, your parents' neighbor, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So fun. So, yeah, we do have returnees on the team: Rati, David, Gavin, Calvin, Nana, Nigel, Jalen, and Russell. And then at the moment, we do have a few new players. And we're not going to go deep into them. I'm just going to name them. We have Derek. We have Jonathan. We have, I'm going to butcher these names. Sadrine? I don't know. Latrell and Jules. So those are our new guys, new transfers in. Excited to see them suit up and play. And then, of course, we have these games. So the Liberty game, like it was just announced today at the Basketball Hall of Fame event, we have the Kansas trip, and the Cancun Challenge. Now, I don't know about y'all, but is anybody on here, A, excited for those games, and B, trying to go to either of those games? The Kansas game or the Cancun Challenge in Cancun, friggin' Mexico? Let's see. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments if you're going to try to head to those games. Because Jacqueline and I are trying. We're 100% going to Kansas. That's in a doubt.
Kansas is without a doubt, because like I've already tried twice to make a Kansas game. The first time, me and Sean and Connor, the original dream team from the Belfast Classic trip, we were going to go watch them play Oklahoma State so that we could see Mike Boynton and Dallas, Cameron, and all of our old SFA guys up there. I'm forgetting one, Eric Pastrana.
Yeah.
And we basically made it from, this was at the beginning of 2020 when we should have known everything was about to go to shit. Sean and I flew, Connor lives in Lawrence. Sean and I flew from Tyler to Dallas, and then our flight from Dallas to Kansas City got canceled because of snow. And so we had enough time to rent a car and drive up there before the snow hit. However, since all of the flights were canceled, they had jacked up the prices of all the rent cars. And so to rent a vehicle that would have four-wheel drive or might be able to manage snow if it hit early, basically it was going to cost us more than our flights. So we were like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And to simply rent a Chevy Spark to drive back to Tyler was going to cost the same as it would to Uber. So I was like, Uber it is. Someone else can drive us back. So we missed out. Then December of last year is when we were supposed to play Kansas, and it got canceled. So third time's a charm, hopefully.
Third time is a charm.
And we hope to make the Cancun one, because that would be amazing, but also expensive.
So, yeah, definitely. And at the moment, the only way apparently to get into the game and like actually watch the game is to buy a package deal through this sport thingamajigger that they're doing. And so it's like $1,100.
And you have to stay at their resort, and then you have all these other BS fees that you have to pay. I know they're trying to make their money, but listen, like, we want to go and we don't want to pay a lot of money. Yes, Dawson. Basically, I guess I am bad luck for the Kansas trip. However, I will say this. If Alex and I end up getting there, you girls have been good luck for all the big games, because
I'm telling you, we are good luck.
Like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I was at the La Tech game when we beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and I were at LSU when we beat them. Alex and I were at Baylor when we beat them. Alex and I were at Duke when we beat them. So let's get this, get us to Kansas.
So Jacqueline by herself has like a 50-50 record. Jacqueline and I together, 100% success rate.
No, me by myself, I have a 100% success rate because I made it to the La Tech game we won.
That's true. So every game that you've actually made.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah. But the games that you tried to make and couldn't, that's not your fault. So we're not counting those. Yeah,
because you have one of those too, because we're going to try to go to.
That's true. And yes, the football game against ACU and Arlington. Hey.
Why not? Sure.
That weekend was also very wild. Dawson, that was also a very wild game.
It was.
That's the game that Coach Carthel got famous for swinging a shirt around his head with a helicopter. Yeah. So we are good luck. We are very good luck. If Jack and I are both at a game together, we have a proven record. And again, why Coach Carthel and Coach Keller don't fly us to all these games is beyond me. Like,
get us on the plane. What more do you need? We just laid it out for you.
It's pretty simple. I mean, I'm going to call Tony. Hey, Tony, if you want the soccer team to win, take us with you on your trips. Straight up.
We'll dog sit Luigi on the trip.
Yeah, we'll take Luigi. We'll be Luigi's official handlers, and then you just take us on the trip.
So you get dog sitting and a win. Easy enough, I think.
Seems pretty like an easy yes to me, to be fair. I know. So anyway, so let me quickly kind of run down. We made some notes about the other 3 teams coming to the WAC from obviously the Southland. First off, our favorite, our arch rival, Sam Houston. So obviously returning, they have Jason freaking Hooten. Jason, God love him. Bless. And then, of course, they also have DeMarcus Lampley. He's returning as well. And he was really good last year. And so I'm kind of really just groaning about it.
But what's the guy on their team who got like conference player of the year who left? I can't remember his name. He'll be gone.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. If anybody is listening, can you please help?
I can see it in my mind, but I can't remember it. But he's the one who pissed me off so bad the last game that we played them.
Yeah, you almost went over the railing. Yeah. I'm sure Cat Fans is watching, and they're probably going to comment on Twitter. So you just wait a few minutes, and they'll probably call us out. I'm not remembering his name. It's fine.
It's on the tip of my tongue. And honestly, I'm sure he's not a bad guy, but
I'm sure he's great.
I was more pissed at the refs, honestly, than him because he kept Zach Nuttall.
Wow. You have the freaking memory of a friggin' elephant.
He was right there. I'm sorry. That the referees kept telling our dudes to sit down when they would stand up to clap on the bench for 2 seconds.
Yes.
And kids pacing the bench, kneeling down behind Hooten, basically freestyle coaching. And I'm like, are you serious? You're not going to make him sit down, but you're going to tell our guys to sit down when they stand up to clap for 2 seconds? I was not with it, and I was about to lose my mind.
Yes. All the above.
So
Anywho.
that guy's not coming back because he's really good.
No, yeah. He's not coming back, but DeMarcus Lampley is. He appeared and started in all 27 games as a senior. He was a first-team All-Southland Conference All-Academic Selection. He was named to the NABC Division I All-District Second Team. I mean, he averaged 14.7 points per game, which was 11th in the conference. He averaged 2.26 assists. He was second in the Southland Conference in three-point shooting percentage at 39.9. And he scored in double figures in 22 games. So, I mean, he's not anybody to mess with. He's coming back as a, second-year senior technically. He's good. He's really good. So, again, not excited about that. I'm sorry. It's just, it just gets me nervous already. And they just had that 7-2 center transfer from Utah State. Again, can't say his name, but he's from Warsaw, Poland. We talked about him last time with Kyle. And then also they got a grad transfer from A&M as well. So they have a couple transfers in as well.
But I'm going to say again, if they're sorry, Cat fans, but if y'all's experience with a 7-foot foreigner is anything like our experience with a 7-foot foreigner, just stick him down at the end of the bench. Don't expect anything. Don't even expect rebounds.
God, the pettiness stage is real. I love it.
Ours literally got the least amount of rebounds on our team.
Oh, I know. Anyways,
y'all can fact check me on that.
Oh, we podcasted about it. You can go back to season 1 of our podcast and listen. And yeah, no shit, it's brutal. It's despicable. The fact that
Yes, Melvin, it's brutal.
The fact that our point guard had more rebounds,
Our third string point guard had more rebounds than him. Like if the dude would have just put his arm straight up and just stood there, would have been better than whatever he did.
Anyway,
I digress.
Yeah. So yeah, ACU. You want to talk about ACU, Jacqueline?
Yeah, sure. So as y'all remember, Joe Golding left and went to Utah. What?
The fact that he was a crowd fave is still boggles my mind.
It does mine too, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. Anyways, okay, so Joe Golding went to UTEP. Coach Cox left us to go to UTEP. But now Brett Tanner, their assistant coach, is taking over as head coach. And like Alex said, we talked about this some in the last podcast. I think I can't remember. I think we had a fan question about it, but I think they're still going to be just as strong because Brett's been working under him for years. Brett Tanner came from SFA, so we know he has a good background because he was here with Casper for years. And he's going to have really strong team support because several of the players, said they weren't going to come back if they didn't make him the head coach. I mean, they're going to be fine. And then, of course, our boy Antonio is still there as an assistant. If y'all remember Antonio Bostic, he played for SFA several years back. He's one of their assistants. So, and they got 15 dudes on their roster. They have a 6'8" forward from Italy. 6'8", 214, big dude.
It's an Italian.
We'll see.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. We are excited to be in the WAC.
We are excited.
We are very excited.
Yeah, he I think messaged us and said we got to come whenever the team plays UTRGV, which of course we'll do our very best to make that. So.
Oh, I know, and I definitely want to go to that. I mean,
we just need to look back at the schedule and see what day of the week it is. But
it's hard because Jacqueline, it's a little bit easier for her because she can usually kind of work and travel a little bit better. But for me, I'm a professor, so it's like if it's a weeknight game in UTRGV, it's probably going to be a no from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anywho, continue. Sorry.
No, you're good. Let's see. So Lamar, they have a new coach, Alvin Brooks. They got some new players, but y'all know how Lamar be doing every year. Like they could be on the barrel and they're going to come play us like they're going in the NBA finals. Like,
yeah, they could have the worst team in the conference and come and we play them twice a season and whoop our ass both times. I mean, and when Jacqueline and I went to the Lamar game last season, that's literally what happened. Like, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. We went to double overtime. We easily could have won the regular regulation game. Didn't. Went to second overtime. Missed easy shots. Didn't win. Went into the second overtime. Same thing. Lost. It was such a frustrating game. But we did have good food that day. But it was such a frustrating game.
Yeah, we did have good food. And we had a fun little trip because we took our friend Joey, who Joey and I were in grad school together at SFA, and then we taught together at SFA. Sorry, my cats are killing each other. And then met up with our stop. Are you trying to kill him? Stop it.
Oh, for God's sake. I love it.
Scotty thinks that this new little kitten is his toy, and this kitten, oh my God. I wish I could turn the camera so y'all could see this. But anyways, Scotty is a huge cat, just like his namesake, Scottie Pippen. Literally, this cat weighs 16 pounds, and this kitten weighs 2. And he just pounces on it and bites its neck. And I'm like, well, if the kitten survives to find a new home, that'll be something. But anyways, I digress. We met up with our friend Matt, who is a Lamar alum, so it was a fun day, even though we lost.
Yeah, fun day that we lost. So yeah, they have the new coach, like you said, Alvin Brooks, and then he actually is a LU alum and played at, I believe he also was at the University of Houston. Yeah. He has a lot of experience at the helm, kind of directing a team. He played for LU or went to LU and then went and coached at the University of Houston, where he helped the Cougars to the 2021 Final Four. So I mean, he's a good coach. Like he knows what he's doing. And they have actually a few new staff members as well, just like us, and a few transfers too. So like there's a lot of transfers coming in and out of the Texas Four. Next, talk a little bit about women just on the SFA side, because to be fair, we don't know much about the women in the Texas Four, or because we kind of mainly focus on the guys basketball. So, but we do obviously follow and support our ladies with Coach Kellogg 100%. Now he has two new coaches, because Coach Grayson and Coach, how do you say her last name?
Alvarez.
Yeah. So Coach Grayson went to Oklahoma State, which great.
And now we just need to make an Oklahoma State trip. Like almost all of the coaches on staff there are from SFA.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I love that. And then, then Rebecca, she went to UT Tyler. So
yeah, I should hit up a UT Tyler game.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, we're not 100% sure how many returnees are coming back or how many starters are returning. I haven't really seen a lot posted about new. There's a couple new transfers, but not really a lot of information on their end that I've seen so far. I mean, I may have missed it. I don't know, but to be fair, like I said, we focus mainly on the guys, so it's hard to stay up to date with that too. Okay, so moving on to a few other sports stuff. So I was going to quickly kind of talk about the upcoming football schedule with Coach Carthel and our Lumberjacks, since that's the first sport that's really coming up right now into the fall. So first we have the game on September 4th, which is our home opener and the first game of the season, which is against Tarleton State. And Tarleton State always had our number, even previously, before they even moved up into Division I. In Division II, they were like the it team of Division II, and now they're moving up, and now they've moved. They were in the WAC last season, and now they're going to play us again this season as part of our Southwest Division. And so it's just kind of wild that we're already going to be playing Tarleton State, already going to be playing one of our conference division teams for first game of the season. Usually conference games don't start towards the end, so interesting.
So, quick, I wish they would just go ahead and call the Southwest Division the Texas Division.
I don't know.
Why do we not make that a thing? We're all in Texas.
And I bet they didn't, just because of the main fact that I'm sure they're looking at other schools to join that may or may not be in Texas. I don't know.
For now, we could go ahead and just call it Texas. That's what I'm going to call it.
So we're going to call it the Texas Division. We're just going to say the Texas Division, which includes, again, if you haven't been playing along. Okay, I've had too much of this already, clearly. What is the ABV on this drink, for God's sakes? Probably is not even posted.
Yeah, what is it? Let's see. I want to
5.2%. It's not even as okay. This isn't even the most highest percentage alcohol I've had all weekend. I'm already slurring.
Yeah, mine's only 5, but I'm already done with it.
Yeah. So the Southwest Division, aka the Texas Division, is Tarleton State, ACU, us, Sam Houston, Lamar, UT Rio Grande Valley, Sam Houston.
No, you already said Sam.
Okay. Lamar, us, Sam Houston, ACU, Tarleton, Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach says, since Sam Houston won the Natty, does that make the WAC the new Conference of Champions?
But But we kind of won too, really, because
we were the fall champion.
We were the champion. We played ACU and we won.
We were the fall champion.
So sure, it double makes SWAC the new Conference of Champions because you got 2.
Yeah. And here's the thing. According to Coach Carthel, and I totally concur, technically, Sam Houston has an asterisk by them because they never played SFA. So who knows if they are actually the actual true champions.
We'll have to wait for the Battle of Piney Woods.
I'm sure I'm going to get dragged by Cat fans for that. I just know it. Anywho.
Cat fans, whoever's running it, you should meet us at Battle of Piney Woods and reveal yourself.
I really want to go back to that potato place in Huntsville because that was really fucking good.
It was very good.
That's probably the only saving grace about Huntsville is that damn potato shack, to be fair.
It was really good. And, like, the staff was super nice, too. It was just, like, all around 5 stars.
Dawson, you're right. Yes, I'm still recovering from this weekend. Thank you very much.
That's probably why it's kicking in faster.
Yeah, it's just hitting me now. Okay, so yeah, that first game against Tarleton, next game September 11th, First Texas Tech in Lubbock. We already know that game will be at 6:00, and it'll be televised on ESPN Plus. Again, this is what we always call the pay to play game. It's we're gonna get paid to play. It's
a buy game.
It's a buy game, babe. Hey. We're gonna get that money. Whether we win or lose, I could care less. To be fair. We're getting that money, honey, so that's all I care about. Next game we have is Mississippi Valley State. This is September 18th in NAC. And then the next game is on September 25th, Lincoln University. I'm assuming this is Lincoln University in California since there's CA next to it. Another NAC game. And then right after that is Battle of Piney Woods in Houston on October the 2nd versus Sam Houston. Oh, definitely an easy 100K. Like, I'll take that all
at least.
Day, baby. I mean, I don't care. I love it. So yeah, the Battle of Sam Houston. Fuck.
Yeah, Vince is never gonna let you live that down.
Fudge. So the Battle of Piney Woods, October the 2nd. Super excited. I know Dawson. Yes. I was glad that you said this, Dawson. He commented and said this. Exciting ticket news coming from the Alumni Association. He can't spell alumni because I'm sure he's probably drinking as well.
Dawson, how many drinks are you in, sir?
Dawson probably had at least 1 or 2 adult beverages. Let's just be fair.
Calling the kettle.
Right? Yeah. See, I knew it. Cat fans, according to Part Me Alex, Coach Carthel is putting an asterisk on Bearcats football, natty due to not playing Battle of Piney Woods this year. The SFA faithful are also still digging the Southland Fall Football Championship on the Okay. Hey, we were very excited that we were the fall champions. That's when you play football, is in the fall, baby. That's why they're called the Boys of Fall. Perfectly sober night for Dawson. That's a lie. That's a lie. So yeah, so for Battle of Piney Woods, if you're alum and you're listening, or just football fans and you're listening, there's going to be some really fun, exciting news coming out of the Alumni Association for Battle of Piney Woods tickets. So get ready for that. Another opportunity to sit and hang out with your girls, PMA. So yeah, just mark October 2nd in your little day planners and get ready to come and enjoy some fun times and watch SFA beat the national champions at NRG. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
And we're getting laughed at by Sam. Shocker, right? Next game, October 9th at Jacksonville State in Alabama. Next, Dixie. We're going to play Dixie State in St. George, Utah. See, these are some of these games like the Utah game. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for us to play them again. So that I don't know if I can make it this year to that game since that's on October 23rd and we'll be at a wedding that I'm in that weekend. So we won't be attending that one, but when we play them again, I cannot wait to go to a Utah game or just any of the Utah games. Like, it's so pretty up there. I'm so excited to make that trip. Yeah, absolutely. And then October 30th actually is our homecoming on Saturday in Nacogdoches playing Abilene Christian. November the 6th, we're playing Eastern Kentucky in Nacogdoches as well. November the 13th, we're playing Central Arkansas in Conway. And then November 30th, we're playing Lamar in Beaumont. So that Central Arkansas game, even though they're not in the Southland nor with us in the WAC, we're still playing them as like I don't even know what they're calling it. I mean, it's so that we can have the right amount of games, because we don't obviously have all the people in the WAC have basketball, or all the people in the WAC don't have. Not every school in the WAC has football. There we go. God, I couldn't say it right. So that's pretty much why we're playing Central Arkansas still again. Orem is by far the best trip in the WAC with the storm. Oh God.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I cannot wait. There's just something about playing football outside in the elements and then having like mountains and like snow in the background. Can't beat it. You cannot beat it. Even watching football in the snow, can't beat it. Like I'm from the South, like I'm from Texas and Florida, but like my family's from the North, and all they did is just talk about how the perfect time to watch football is just in the winter, like in the fall when it's snowing. Like, oh God bless. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited for that. So yeah, that is our football schedule, and we're excited about football. Excited to watch these new teams coming in. Super pumped about all that. Ready. And then talk a little bit about Tony. Tony.
Let's save that one, since we're gonna do.
Oh, you're right. We're gonna talk to Tony.
So if you want to touch on your football preview, then I'll give a little teaser for the new episodes we have coming up.
Yeah. So football preview. Dennis mentioned it a little bit before. So there is going to be a football preview in the Woodlands. That's on July 28th. And so at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott in kind of like downtown Woodlands area, it's right there next to the mall. It's amazing. The Marriott, that's where I had my prom.
Who needs this kitten? Look at how cute it is. Look at it.
My God.
Look at it. Oh God.
It is pretty
so playful. It's like, put me down.
It is pretty cute. It is a pretty cute kitten. And if I liked cats as much as you did, I would take it, but I don't. Like, I like everybody else's cats are great. I'm not a big cat person. Anyway, so they're going to be at the Marriott in the Woodlands. All head coaches from the 6 teams will be in attendance. So Abilene Christian will be there, Dixie State, Lamar, Sam Houston, obviously Colby Carthel from SFA, and Tarleton will all be there, including and then they're bringing with them 2 players from each team. So the 2 players from SFA that are attending are our QB, Trey Self, and one of our defensive linemen, Dennis. I'm going to butcher his last name, Osajidi. Probably freaking – I probably absolutely butchered that, and I apologize, Dennis. I'm not the best at name pronunciation. That's Jacqueline Noel Parton's purview. Anyway, so the day will be broken up into different sessions. SFA will actually be the afternoon session that starts at 1 o'clock. In addition to that live press conference, which will be streamed live on the WAC digital network. They will also participate in one-on-one interviews, and then there will also be a virtual press conference with each of the head coaches. So if you're lucky enough to attend that, have fun, enjoy it. If not, you can always watch it live on the WAC digital channel or digital network, and so that way you can get a little bit of fun preview and listen to Coach Carthel say his ridiculous one-liners.
He's got some really good one-liners.
He's as country as a syrup sandwich.
I think that's the one I'll never forget.
I will never in my life forget that, ever.
I've never heard that ever before he said it, and never heard it again after he said it. I've never heard him say that.
He said it one time when he first came to SFA, almost in his his press conference, like, hey, I'm the new coach. Like, it was like the day after that, and I was like, this guy's wild. Anyway, that's how we knew we had the right guy for the job.
Little did we know then that we would have a swing your shirt moment.
Swing your shirt moment. I love him so much. He's the best. Yeah. So go ahead and talk about our upcoming.
Okay, so we have and these are just a few that we have planned right now, but we have a few new exciting upcoming off-season podcasts for y'all. So if you'll remember, and we're going to have to go back and find clips from it, but I think maybe like last season we did a random episode where we talked about different places to eat and drink and knack, stuff to do. So we're going to do one whole big episode. We might have to break it into two, honestly, depending on how much info we have. But we're going to do an installment, I guess we can say, because we don't know how many episodes, on Black food and sites, and get some input from all the different contributing writers to Whack Hoops Digest who cover the different schools. Tell us, where are the places to eat at all these different schools? What are the things to do? What should we know whenever we travel there? And like we've said, there's not going to be crazy extensive travel each season. For each sport, there should be like 2 road games a season, but we still want to know like what to eat and what to do when we go on these places. Y'all know how I am with my Google Docs. So we got to have all that. So we're going to do a Whack Food and Sites episode or episodes. Our boy Corey Blanford, like major SFA athletics fan supporter. So he used to work for SFA under Airmark. Now SFA no longer has Airmark. We now have a contract with Chartwell's Higher Education, who I've never heard of, but they seem really great and cool. So Corey's agreed to do a little tour with us, and kind of show us some of the new stuff, what to expect, what's going to be different with Chartwell's, what kind of food and experience we might be expecting with them. So that'll be a fun little episode. Then we're going to do a soccer season preview with Tony. Hopefully we can get him to bring Luigi. So that one will be a fun one, because Tony has, from the little bit that I learned the first time that I met him, he has a really interesting past and has done a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to give us some of his like background experience in soccer. That's super exciting and cool. So that's what we have planned so far. Hopefully maybe Tony Jasic, when he gives us our little tour of the Performance Center, maybe he'll let us film it. I don't know. I mean, we won't be mad if he doesn't, but if he does, we'll certainly let y'all see that.
Better. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Fun stuff coming up.
Don't know much about Tony Jasic, but Tony Minotta is an absolute spitfire. Like, this guy is great. Love him. I feel like we just have like this, we have this reputation now for hiring these coaches who are absolutely wild. Like, Tony is just wild in his own way. I mean, Kobe Carthel, enough said. Coach Keller is a friggin' trip. You know what I mean? His humor is so dry. Oh my God. I love it. And then, you got Johnny C, who is just hilarious, and he loves to drag people on Twitter.
By the way, we will have a fun one with Coach Cardenas when baseball starts, because he's asked us in the past to come out and do a little live thing at one of the games. Of course, then COVID happened, so we didn't really make that happen. But we talked to him at the events last week, so that'll be back on the schedule. So that'll be another one to look forward to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Cardenas he's savage on Twitter.
He's savage. If you haven't followed Coach Cardenas on Twitter, you're missing. You have to do it now. You have to follow all of them on Twitter, because Coach Carthel does the same thing. He drags people on Twitter. And Coach Keller is not really super active on Twitter, but he'll like retweet stuff every once in a while and talk about basketball. But Coach C, Minotta, Coach Carthel are just absolutely wild on Twitter. And so if you haven't followed them, please go follow them. And then I guess you can, follow Cat fans if you want. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we're just excited. We're excited that, these lives are going well and that you guys are enjoying these and tuning in and having a good time with us, because we're having a good time doing these. I think it's funny. I'm laughing. I laugh through this whole thing. I think it's hilarious. It's really fun.
I like it too, and I feel like we've gotten a lot more engagement this way, because normally we'll tweet and ask if there are any questions or comments, and we don't get a whole lot. And even the last one, it was our first time to do it, and it was pretty spur of the moment, and I feel like we had a lot of interaction. So if y'all have any other thoughts, questions, comments, if you want us to do or talk about, let us know.
Yeah. And
what do you like about it? What do you not like?
Right. And also, before we log off here, if you guys have any more questions about basketball or some other sports, our thoughts or feelings or opinions, please go ahead and put them in the chat, put them in the comment section. Or if you do have questions about our life, I mean, maybe we'll share them. But
maybe.
Maybe. Y'all like my SFA alumni shirt?
I do.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I'm going to bring it with me to Vegas so I can just walk around and just flex on people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget to buy my plates. They're awesome.
Yes. Please, 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 please. If you guys don't have my plates or have no idea what my plates are, if you live in Texas, this is the thing to do, especially if you're an SFA fan. It's a really, really easy way to support SFA athletics. All you have to do is just order some My Plates. You can go on to www.myplates.com and you can easily order some My Plates. You can have them customized. You can have them plain. You can have a plain background. You can have with the SFA logo on it, or you can have, personalization. You can be sporting them just like Jacqueline and I sport ours. Hers says Parton, mine says me Alex. So it's just perfect. And we can't hide now though in our respective towns.
We cannot, but it's amazing the compliments we get on them. And yeah, Alex is absolutely correct. We cannot. I don't even think I've told you this story. One of the last times I was in NAC, I don't even remember where I was I think it was your birthday. Whenever I was rushing up to the brewery, and I was driving down University Drive, and this dude on a motorcycle kind of buzzes by me and is motioning, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. I can't tell. He has on a helmet. And so I can tell he's trying to get my attention. So I take a left turn and pull over where that news office is, on University across from the water park.
Yeah.
And they pull in behind me, and it's you might remember him if you saw him, but his name's Chris Casto. It's this guy I knew from high school who went to Woden, and I haven't seen him in months. And he's I don't even think he knows what I drive now, but he saw it and he was I knew that had to be you. So I'm it was me. Hello, how are you?
That's hilarious. Yeah, we can't hide. I have to literally be the most safe driver in the world in Nacogdoches, because if I'm speeding or buzz around people or don't use a blinker, they're going to freaking know it's me. They're going to know.
Raul, don't pull us over, please.
Who has a Meet Alex license plate and with the SFA in this friggin' town and has all the stickers? I have friggin' SFA Purple Lights Fund. I have the brewery sticker on my darn car. Everyone's going to know it's me.
And you have a Texan sticker too, don't you?
Yeah, my Astros stuff too. Yeah, so it's too easy. It's too easy. I can't hide. I can't. If I want to go incognito somewhere, I'd take my parents' car because there's no other way. There's no other way. Yeah. So anyway, again, make sure you guys sign up for the Purple Lights Fund. If you haven't, make sure that you do that. The link, I posted it in the chat somewhere. If you scroll back up, it's there. Right there, Purple Lights Fund. Just go to www.purplelightsfund.org. Pretty simple. You can check out the giving guide. You can check out all the different levels there are to the Purple Lights Fund. You can donate as little as you can or as much as you can. You could do it in installments. You could do it in payments. It's a really, really easy way to support your Jacks. And especially even if you do the My Plates too, it's a really fun, easy way to support the Jacks. Athletics, all the money, it's what is it, half the money or some amount of money goes to the Jacks, and I'm blanking on how much. Yeah. I believe it's anytime you renew.
When you renew it is when the largest amount goes. Okay.
Yeah, let me fact check this. Sometimes we fact check, guys. This is when we fact check. So yeah, so when you buy if you say you want to buy a 5-year personalized purple plate, SFA Athletics gets $250 from that purchase. If you want to do background only, that's only $50. But when you renew, SFA Athletics gets 95% of that fee. So when you renew a 5-year plate, they get almost $400. So that's where kind of you feel like it kind of really goes and really out the team the most, for sure. So yeah, the My Plates is great year. You could do, again, you do 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. You can move them from vehicle to vehicle. If you have one of the old purple My SFA or My Plates from My Plate with the red on it, you can always get the new one. You just gotta pay $50. And even if the 500 is too expensive, you're like, shit, I don't have $500 in my account right now, which hell, I don't, because I was just at Choctaw. You can even do layaway. So you can like pay, oh my God, I can't talk, pay a little bit each month. And then that way you can have your monthly. So great way to help support the SV Athletics. Easy, fun. You get to style it however you want. You can have it say like, 1995 grad or whatever year you graduated or something, or, you can make it say pretty much whatever you want. So anywho, man, this was fun. I love doing this. I think this is great. I think it's, again, hilarious. It's an easy way to interact. And, we love talking about hoops and talking about SFA athletics, and anything we can do to support the athletics, we're going to do it. Anything, It
has been fun. I will say one funny thing about it is I have definitely put on makeup more in the last week than I have in like forever.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are welcome. I even put on like purple eyeshadow.
Oh, thanks for that.
I put all this time and effort into it, and then you can't even see it when I'm sitting back here.
Now I know. I'm sorry. I didn't put a little time and effort into my get up. I just, I'm still recovering from the weekend. Give me a break, guys. You're lucky I brushed my hair and like put on mascara, to be fair. And if I didn't put on like some cream over my face, some BB cream, it would be like red splotch, because I had on sunglasses the whole weekend.
It looks good though. You don't look burned. So you're moisturizing correctly.
Thank God. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Pardon Me, Alex. We had such a good time. Can't wait to do this again. Again, make sure you guys are following us on all the social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, even on YouTube. We're on YouTube. We're streaming there live right now here. And so make sure you're keeping up with us, and we're going to be posting some more live feeds and live episodes here soon with all the things Jacqueline talked about.
And if you come in late, like Alex said, it goes to YouTube. So if you come in, you have to leave early, you can just go to YouTube and watch the whole thing at your leisure.
Yeah. And then in a little bit, I'm going to download the audio from this, and I will upload it to Anchor. So even if you like to listen in the car while you're driving and you're like, I don't want to lose that, don't worry. We're still going to be posting all of the audio to Anchor, so you can listen anytime you want to listen. You won't see our pretty faces, but you'll still hear our voices. I know you're very excited about that. So, oh man. All right. So hope you guys have a really good night, a good week. Have a wonderful end of July. And always remember to Axe and Jacks.
With Alex and Jax.
Bye, y'all.